nobody can really take over a game like he does. And the problem, LeBron, is who guards him? What position you put on him? You know.
This city is glowing on this wonderful, clear night. A terrific view of Cleveland right there. We've got NBA basketball in store for you here at Quicken Loans Arena in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. It's the home of the Cavs, live on 2K Sports. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08. And really, he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
And that one's good. Bogut's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3-ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Second chance shot. Can't get it to go. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And Green gets it to go. Well, Kevin Love, and we've kind of gone over some things in Minnesota with Greg, but Clark, Kevin Love probably wasn't long for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it was time for fresh scenery, and that's why the Cavs offered up the house, including Wiggins, who eventually became Rookie of the Year, for the chance to get Love.
For Cleveland, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Love. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Curry outside, and that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Irving from long range. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Irving's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. All sorts of time. Green for 2 points.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Golden State's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Curry's shot is off.
You're not going to... see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Here's Smith. And that's collected by Bogut.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
And now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
The Warriors have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Curry with a wide open look. Again, Curry missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
They grabbed their own miss. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to the bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there. His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Green missing again. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Here's James. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
You know, he operates so well close to the bucket. There's nothing he likes more than seeing an opening inside.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. You can point to any number of things, Clark. The Warriors did well last year. Their play on the road being one of them.
Well, the Warriors were exactly road warriors all season long, partner. Hit the ground running and finished with the league best 28 road wins.
And for the Warriors, they would go on several road trips undefeated last season. Still, the only time they looked vulnerable were games on the road.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played.
And, you know, with the Warriors on the road, they would occasionally dig a hole they couldn't get out of. Still, hard to critique a team that was so dominant in every facet of the game last season, even on the road. Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
Would you? I mean, how could he like what's happening? Really had to take a time out there and try to figure out a way to derail their momentum.
McRae's checked in for Cleveland. Here is Livingston. And Barbosa has it in the corner. Spates kicks to Ezeli. Golden State moving it around. Spates the pass to Ezeli. Spates dishes to Ezeli, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Here's McRae. For 3. Mozgov down low, and it's going to be a 3-second call. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
That's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right on top of the other.
Time to just slow it down, make the simple play, and get a good shot.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Well, the term dream season can be applied to Steve Kerr's first year. Comes in and sets a franchise record in wins and also wins a title for the Warriors in his first year. Still unreal.
.144 left to play in the first quarter.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
And the struggles continue, guys, and really it's about those turnovers. They've been the culprit.
Yeah, 5 already, Greg, and they've just been too casual, too much profiling out there to start the game.
The Cavaliers leading by 10 and stolen by Spates. There's 1:26 left to play in the first quarter. Call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. That'll be a 5-second call.
It's unusual to see this from him. 3 turnovers already?
You know, I like the aggression, but he's really forcing the issue right now. He's got to just settle down and get back to the game plan.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. That'll be a 5-second call.
And they've carved out an early lead in spite of the fact they continue to turn it over.
Already have 5 TOs, Greg. They just have to figure out a way to tighten this execution up.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And they hand it over again.
And this is getting out of hand. I mean, you can't give the basketball away that often and hope to win.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Well, they have a nice early lead here despite not being very careful with the basketball.
And it hasn't been a pretty sight, but imagine how well they'd be doing if they could cut out all these turnovers.
And I know they're not happy with the way they've been turning the basketball over. It can't be fun to watch or fun to be part of.
You know what? Pure and simple. If you're going to win, you have to take care of the basketball. The lack of discipline is a concern.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Already he has 5 turnovers so far, and that's not the strongest game for him in that regard.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Really, it's about valuing the possession. It seems like he's trying to manufacture offense out there rather than just letting the play develop. You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
So, timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation.
Hey, guys, just a little too nonchalant there. That's a couple turnovers here in the last few minutes, and those miscues can spell trouble.
Once again, off the mark by Cleveland. Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league and break both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And, Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons, kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
That'll be a 5-second call.
He's been all over the place and also out of control, just coughing up the ball, totally out of sync.
Yeah, it just needs to calm down and regain focus and get back control of handling the basketball.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation.
You know, you hate to blame anybody, but those turnovers are a big reason why they're down.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. That'll be a 5-second call.
Well, they've got far too many turnovers this half. That's the reason that they're losing the basketball game.
Absolutely.
You know, and sometimes, guys, you're just trying to do too much. It's good to be aggressive, but you've got to have your wits about you.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation.